Hello, Bill McRae here. Had a question from one of our YouTube subscribers, and he said, "How do you track your campaigns in terms of financial stuff?" And there's a plethora of programs and things you can do, and you can spend all day putting in ticking numbers and just going crazy on math and worrying about this and hyperventilating over that. But the business, first of all, my background, I've got about 20 years as a CFO and 15 years as a CEO for large companies. So I'm not young. I did start out as a controller in 1985, so you can see this goes back a few years. So accounting numbers and these things are second nature to me. And I see people waste more time over putting and ticking numbers and trying to find this and do that and chase down loose ends and trying to address unlocated differences, stuff like that, to the point where they're wasting more money than they're ever going to find. So I look for the easiest way to manage all situations. Now, when I was the CFO for a pump manufacturer based out of Europe, they had severe cash flow problems. So the question is why? Because they're profitable. If the business is profitable, where's the cash going? And I reconciled cash every single morning. This was, I don't know, 2004 is when I started doing this. I reconciled cash every single day to the penny, first thing in the morning. And I quickly found out that people were stealing money and putting it and booking it as fixed assets and kind of doing the end run thing where they'd spend a bunch of money entertaining their girlfriend and book it as a fixed asset. I was one of the owners of the company. We had to overcome those challenges. So my point is the number one most important critical thing in any business is going to be cash. Okay. And online business, here's the deal. There's not a lot of transactions. There's not a lot of cuckoo kajube going on. You get QuickBooks online, you sync it up to your bank or your PayPal account, and you reconcile that cash every morning. So what I look at is I don't look at each individual transaction I do to say, oh, I'm making money, I'm not making money, I'm not going to stress it. I look at cash out of pocket versus cash in. Just those two numbers every day. I put $1,500 in the leads. I got $2,400 worth of revenue from those leads. I just keep looking at that on a daily basis. And the amount of profits go up and down and flow around depending on the quality of leads, how I'm marketing to them, where we go with them. Now, I never expect to make money from a lead day one because I've already done the math and shown you it's going to cost you $1 to $1.50 to get a lead to engage with your list. If you're doing what I'm doing, which is buying massive amounts, because we discovered, and I have a partner, you got to scale. So we're bringing in 5,000 leads a day into our own personal server, and we're filtering them down to those people we can promote to and those people we can sell solos to. The quickest way to get a return on investment and start paying back the cost of getting those engaged leads is through solo ads. That's why we do it. We're just looking to be able to finance our lead purchases with that, and then we sell them our information products beyond that. And it works well. But again, it's cash out and cash in. And a lot of times when you start, it seems like all you're doing is putting cash out. And it takes a while for you to go over that hump to start seeing the cash in exceed the cash out. And that's the thing that the fantasy is, I don't need to put any money in, I'm going to get all this, I'm going to make all this money for free online. I'm sorry, it's a business like anything else. You're going to have to invest something. And you're going to need to track that. The way to track it is, of course, QuickBooks Online is great. You can tie it into things, track all your expenses. Cash in, $500 today. Cash out, oh crap, $600 today. And then your balance, which I hope is positive. And you keep balancing it that way, and you stay away from debt, because debt will help you leverage something, but every time I try to leverage into a bigger business, it ends up hurting in the long run. Eventually, you get caught up and everything's fine. But leverage is unless you're looking at something extraordinarily profitable and guaranteed, I'd avoid it, because I used to help grow the text business, and I'm paying back the debt, and I don't have any business to pay it off with, so I'm paying it out of my own pocket through what we're doing with our other business. So debt is another matter. So what I would do is say very low debt. Don't borrow money to try to do this. Work out of your cash flow. Reinvest 100% of what you're making at least for the first few years. And then look at cash expenditures versus cash receipts. If you're using QuickBooks, you just reconcile everything every day. And since this business doesn't have a lot of overhead, you might have to buy traffic and you got your revenue. So you got some transactions going over here, you got some sales over here. You just reconcile the two. It doesn't require a fleet of bookkeepers to do the bookkeeping. I can do it in about 5 minutes a day. And we actually, we're controlling 60 to 80 sell-out orders every day. Every one of those is a transaction, but since we use QuickBooks, it lines up like that. It's really quick. It's very fun. Cash in, cash out. If you're buying leads, you're looking at, okay, I spent $1,000 on getting, that might get you 1,000 leads. Unless you buy from e-business traffic, you might get 3,000 leads for that. Out of 3,000 leads, you get maybe 1,000 engaged leads. Out of 1,000 leads you spend $1,000 for, you're probably going to get 100, maybe 200 engaged leads. Now, taking those engaged leads and turning them into buyers to repay all your investment is the trick. And honestly, it requires you to work hard and for you to constantly put an effort into it. And if you're thinking you're smarter than everyone else and you're going to find the code and crack that code, or I've unlocked the secret, or man, there's a black, and just get over yourself, because you're not. Put the work in, do your videos, do your marketing plan, keep your schedule, and just keep chipping away at it. Rome wasn't built in a day. Making money online requires work, effort, time, and dedication. Y'all have a great day.